Hey, good evening, Utopian Baseball Universe. This is Joey. This is your Utopian Baseball Universe report for Thursday, April something. I never know the dates. I haven't known the dates in about a year. I guess it's the 8th, and I'm cheating. I'm looking at the date right now. So it is April 8th, Thursday. Half of a schedule today. We only had 8 games. We are going to address the elephant in the room in about 5 minutes. Everyone knows what I'm talking about, but let's get to the Utopian Baseball Universe report for Thursday, April 8th. Our afternoon game today on ESPN, the Orioles and Braves. The Braves win this one 6-4. Freddie Freeman with a 2-run triple in this game. Adam Jones and Brooks Robinson homering for the Orioles, but it was the Braves getting that 6-4 win. Max Fried, 3 2/3 scoreless. He gave up 2 hits, struck out 4. As the Braves take Game 3 of the series 6-4 against the Orioles. In late afternoon action, it was the Tigers, 2-1 winners. Let me give you guys the visual here. Tigers 2-1 winners over the Dodgers. 2 hits apiece for Ty Cobb and Hank Greenberg. Justin Verlander improves to 3-0. 5 innings, 1 earned, 2 hits allowed, and 2 strikeouts in this game. Jackie Robinson hitting his 3rd home run for the Dodgers. It was the Pirates 5 and the Angels 3. The Pirates scoring all 5 of their runs in the 4th inning. Angels have now lost 7 straight after starting the season 5-0. They're 0-6 at home to start the season. It was the White Sox handing the A's their first home loss of the year, 13-4. White Sox going 5 in the 3rd and 6 in the 4th. Nellie Fox with 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Frank Thomas with a pair of hits, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored for the White Sox. Chris Sale, 2-0. Dave Stewart, 1-2. Jimmy Fox hitting his 3rd home run for the A's. And the Cubs with a win today in San Francisco, 8-2. Ernie Banks, 4 hits, 3 runs scored. Billy Williams hitting his first home run of the year for the Cubs. He drove in 3. Carlos Zambrano, 2-1. Madison Bumgarner, 0-3 for the Giants. We had a couple walk-offs tonight in Houston. Alex Bregman. I'm not good with graphics tonight. Here we go. Alex Bregman with a 2-run homer to walk off the Red Sox. 7-5 Astros over the Red Sox. And the Rangers over the Phillies, 6-5. Adrian Beltre with a walk-off RBI single as the Rangers sweep the Phillies. Also tonight, Durham, winners over Washington, 5-4. Monty Irvin reached base all 4 times, scored 3 runs. Johnny Mize with a 2-run homer for the Bulls. Matt Harvey, the Dark Knight, is 2-0 for Durham. Max Scherzer, 1-1. Brian Harvey with the save for Durham. Let's get to our top story. Michael Conforto extends his elbow over the plate. We all know what happened. Mets win their home opener, 3-2. I'm going to bring on a friend of mine. We're going to talk about this civilly. If anyone wants to chime in, bring on those comments and questions. But I'm going to bring on Tim St. Clair. Tim, tell us what you experienced today. I'll do the same, and then we'll just kind of get through this. My phone's been blowing up all day.
Well, I was out on my my walk this afternoon, listening to the last 3 or 4 innings of the game, and I was out and I had the radio feed on my phone. Thanks for having me on, Joey, by the way.
You're welcome. And
I was so much joy. Jeff McNeil hitting his first hit of the season, his birthday, tie game. They described his bat flip on the radio, like, you know, Howie Rose did a great job with that. And I was almost home, and I got home just in time. Guillorme got a hit, Nimmo got a hit, and I got in just to see them. I'm like, maybe this could be Lindor, and this is something that I think Howie Rose said on the radio. It's Gary Carter's birthday today, and because it is the 8th, and you were talking about before, not know the date. Yesterday is my sister's birthday. Tomorrow's my brother-in-law's birthday, and right in the middle is Gary Carter's birthday. So that's how I know what date it is. But he made his home debut in '85 with the Mets with the walk-off hit. Maybe Lindor would get a chance, but they walked Lindor. Conforto's been struggling a little bit. He's left a small army on the bases over the last couple days, and I watched Conforto, put his elbow out. I thought it was strike three. I thought he was walking off the base, and then they say they hit him, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. And to the Mets, Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling, to their credit, they're not homers. They said it shouldn't. The umpire made the wrong call. I'm happy they won, just like any Met fan. Happy we're not going to give the win back. We don't want the Mets to give the win back, but it's my daughter's favorite player, Michael Conforto, and even she looked at I showed her the film, and she goes, "Oh my God, that's definitely stuck his arm out." But a win is a win. Happy for the boys to be back at 500.
Because it was the home opener, I decided to watch the game. I like to listen to the games, but I have a free week with MLB.TV, so I watched it. Just like you, when I saw the play live, I thought Conforto looked at strike three. And then I saw some commotion at home plate, and there was some gesturing, and then I'm like, oh, was he hit by that pitch? And before I even saw the replay, I'm like posting to Facebook, like, Kid Conforto, Mets win.
Yep.
And then when they showed the replay, and they showed it, three different angles, I'm like, oh, yeah, he definitely extended that elbow. Now, the great thing about the booth, Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez specifically, is they explained what is reviewable, what's not reviewable.
Mm-hmm.
Just so if anyone hasn't seen it or isn't familiar with what we're talking about, Mike Conforto basically was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. The Mets won their home opener. He clearly does extend his elbow, but the rule is that if they don't call it in real time, like the umpire has the opportunity to notice that he did that and say, hey, that's a strike, it's out. They didn't do that. So when they go to review it, all they can review is whether he was hit by the pitch or not. They can't interpret if it would have been a strike.
Mm-hmm.
So this idea that the Mets cheated is ridiculous. Now, Ronnie and Keith both, as soon as they made it official that the Mets won the game, they both kind of groaned. I think as former players, they probably they saw themselves, maybe if they were in the field, what would have happened. I get that. But this idea that the Mets cheated or that, they're going to throw at Conforto Saturday, like he should have given the game back, is just ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, how many times in a full season are teams going to get calls that go their way that may determine the outcome of the game? But it also goes the same way. If anyone is watching this tonight and wants to support the idea that Michael Conforto should have told the umpire, you know what, let's just redo it, or I'm out, or whatever. Has that ever happened in the history of baseball?
Not even of the history of slow pitch softball, like where there's one umpire. I slide into second base or third base, and the umpire's running. Oh, he's safe, and I know I'm clearly out. I'm not going to say, "Sorry, Blue, he got me. I'm going to go to the dugout now." I don't know.
Or is the NBA, our players going to start calling their own fouls?
Exactly.
Look, Michael, you guys can go to YouTube or go to MLB. Michael Conforto said during the press conference after, it's not the way we want to win a game. The umpire has owned the bad call. He said, I got it wrong. And he did, but can't just go back 6 hours and change the result of a game, or we're going to restart it tomorrow. Unfortunately, what this could lead to is re-looking at what they can and can't review. Yeah. And if they change it, that's great, but you can't retroactively go back and say, well, now we have to change what happened today. Something similar may have happened 3 years ago, so we're going to change that result. Like, it's just, come on.
They're not going to do the Billy Martin, George Brett Pine Tar where they picked up the game in 3 weeks, put all the players on the, back in their spots and finish, the game from there. Again,
Now, one interesting point that that I did read in Don Mattingly's press conference, the Marlins do have the option to protest the game.
yep.
And one of the reasons why the Royals and Yankees was replayed a couple months later or whatever it was is because that game was protested. They did decide that it was the wrong thing to do.
Yep.
So they had to replay it from that point on. But Mattingly has already said they're not going to do that because no rule was broken.
Yeah.
There was no cheating. It was just an umpire sitting made the bad call, which happens.
Yeah.
If the Mets would have lost today, the way the Marlins did, of course I'd be upset. But this idea that the Mets cheated, I have friends who aren't in this group that'll never see this, so I have no problem saying this. They're like, oh, well, Conforto can't hit, and that was his idea coming into the at bat. Are you kidding me?
No.
Anyway, the Mets are 2-2.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
We got the home victory. My beat the streak is at 11.
Oh, very awesome. So who did you have today?
Well, so they have a mulligan feature.
Okay.
I had Lindor and Yelich.
Okay.
Lindor got us hit. Yelich went 0 for 3, but because I'm between 10 and 15, you get one mulligan a year. So I claimed the mulligan, and I basically stayed at 11. They don't give me credit for the Lindor.
Gotcha.
But my streak doesn't end, so I'm at 11. I'm not going to say who I'm choosing. I never say who I'm going to choose in the future, but I can share that at some point. But I've got my 2 picks in for tomorrow. I usually do 2, 2, and 1. Like on the day of every 5, I just go 1.
Yeah.
So I had 2 today. I think I had Blackman yesterday, and he didn't play, so that's why I was only at 11.
Gotcha.
But no Mets tomorrow, no Brewers tomorrow.
And here's the problem with no Mets tomorrow is there's no game just to wash this out and get it out of the news cycle. It's just going to continue for another 36 hours,
Yeah, that's the only problem. But at the same time, that should, I guess, hype it up for Saturday. I don't know if there's any national coverage or anything, but
are they going to have like you were putting a lot about the Mets being the heel now? Like they're going to come out with the Macho Man, Savage, very frilly outfits, or Hogan with the boa and stuff like that come out, or with the Brutus Beefcake scissors and stuff like that.
The Mets the Mets are going to collectively have a goatee.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a heel manager. So instead of
he'll have a megaphone.
Bobby Heenan or Paulie Dangerously. No, it is what it is. We got to win. We shouldn't have got the call. But keep in mind, even if the Marlins get the call there, you still got the bases loaded with 2 outs for Bill here.
Exactly. Who's playing very well.
Playing very well.
On. Yep.
So it is what it is. I have, like I said, I could count the number of texts I've gotten today about people saying, how can you accept a win like that? Well, how can you not?
Yeah. I went on YouTube earlier just to see, I got YouTubed blown baseball calls. And there was a 17-minute video just from the year 2010. So are they going to, is every game need to be, you blew the call,
Let's replay all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go back to 85. Let's replay everything. That's what I'm curious though, in the future, in year 30 of the Utopian baseball universe, when the year generator picks 2021, what game would end on a walk-off hit by pitch? You might remember it. You might remember the game.
You know what's funny? Now that you just said that, in the Utopian on opening day, the Mets won on a hit batsman.
Yep, there you go.
Who were they playing? The Rangers. On opening day, Edgardo Alfonso was hit by a pitch, and that we were pulling from, I think, 1976 or 74. Yeah. So it is kind of ironic that the only team in the Utopian to win a game that way
is the Mets.
wins a game that way here today. Speaking of the Utopian, Tim, since I have you here, tomorrow is the first division games of the year. Our Mets at Yankee Stadium tomorrow.
Ooh.
Doc Gooden versus Whitey Ford.
Wow.
We've got the Red Sox at Phillies on
Hey, two number 16s going at it.
two number 16s.
Yeah.
We've got all the kind of natural rivals tomorrow. We've got Cubs and White Sox, Blue Jays and Expos, Brewers and Twins. Very short span of division games, and then we start 2 more weeks of non-division games on Monday. It's going to be the East versus West and the North versus South. But give us, we'll end the show tonight, Tim. Give us your thoughts on Doc Gooden versus Whitey Ford at Yankee Stadium tomorrow.
I mean, that is appointment television. I mean, I was 10 years old when Dwight Gooden stormed New York. My mom always talked about Whitey Ford, like the most dominant pitcher for a 2 years, definitely a 1 year span, but a 2 or 3 year span, Gooden was right up there. And then Whitey Ford, the biggest big game pitcher of all time. And from a Met fan, what's a bigger game than a Yankee Met Subway Series game? Should be a lot of fun.
The first of 12 meetings between the Yankees and Mets this year in the Utopian. Tim, thanks for being with me tonight.
I appreciate you having me, Joey.
I'm shocked we have no comments. Nobody wants to chime in.
I don't know.
If I'll be up for
maybe we were too civil.
Yeah, we were too. Yeah. They wanted us to get all riled up. And for the record, I did invite anyone in the universe to appear tonight that wanted to take the opposite stance.
Yes. And
nobody accepted. So, but I'll be up for a little bit tonight if anyone else wants to comment, and I'll get back.
Hey, and one last thing, going back to our meeting, when we talk about movies, Buttermaker wanted Rudy Stein to just get hit by a pitch, just get hit by a pitch. I wonder if Rojas, gave him the Rudy Stein treatment when he got up to bat today.
It would be funny if we found out, like, years from now, if everyone in the Mets dugout was just like, extend your elbow, man.
Yeah, you got the pad on. You got that armor.
Like they knew specifically what they could and couldn't review.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy the Mets got the win today. I am disappointed that there is no Mets or Brewers baseball tomorrow.
Yeah.
Especially because the Brewers lost today late. They were up 1-0 in the eighth. They gave up a run in the eighth, or a run in the seventh, 2 in the eighth. Nolan Arenado hit his first home run for the Cardinals.
I was watching that game after the Met game ended. It was on MLB channel.
Oh, cool.
So,
all right, Tim. Well, thanks for being on tonight. Everyone else, we'll see you tomorrow for the Utopian Baseball Universe. We have one day game tomorrow, White Sox and Cubs. Everything else is tomorrow. Our report tomorrow will probably be about 10 o'clock. For Tim St. Clair, this is Joey Buchholz. Everyone have a great night.
All right. Bye-bye.